like literally filming this video after getting home from work and it's night time, so please appreciate this late video. Hey everyone, welcome back to Alice Webster's Thought Corner. This video I feel is late, so I might not delve too much into this topic. But the topic was going to be about Valentine's Day and everything, seeing as though it was at the time coming up. But I had too much going on at that time. Like, a lot has happened since the last time I made a video. And I'm not exactly ready to go ahead and go into all that just yet. But I still feel like I should make a video. So, Valentine's Day. A fake holiday made up by just about anyone who works in the business of selling products. I've always hated Valentine's Day because I was not Miss Popular in school. I wasn't even like an average student. I was bullied, so there wasn't much for me for Valentine's Day. I see outside of some of those times in elementary school when kids were required to go ahead and bring Valentines to school, and they sent home a class list and your parents basically did up the Valentines for you to bring to school. That's the only time I really got a Valentine's in school. So I just grew to hate Valentine's Day. I still hate it for the most part, but my beautiful fiance is trying to change my outlook on Valentine's Day. Like, even though Valentine's Day was what? A week ago? 2 weeks ago? What's today? Today is... So yeah, it's about a week and some days ago. A week is Saturday. A week and 2 days. But he got me, two of the things he got me was these chocolates. Little raccoon and little unicorn, because I really love unicorns. But he also got me this big unicorn that I know I've posted a picture of on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, because I do all of those things in one go around. But yeah, so to me, I don't really care too much about getting stuff on Valentine's Day. I'd rather be the person who's giving people things. But me and him have made an agreement. I would do Valentine's Day, and for those who know what White Day is, he was going to do White Day, because White Day is basically like Valentine's Day, a second Valentine's Day in Japan. But on that day, it's the guys who go ahead and give gifts to the girls. Honestly, I only wanted to do that because I was always interested in the concept of White Day. Coming from the same person who just claimed minutes ago that she hates Valentine's Day. Now, what else? So we went out Valentine's Day. It wasn't like your normal Valentine's Day date, I guess you can say. It wasn't no fancy dinner. It wasn't no trip to the movies. We went to go play Pokemon Go. That day. Yeah, we went to go play Pokemon Go. We really didn't do too much of anything fancy. For real, for real. We went down to the harbor to go play some Pokemon Go, because there's a lot of Pokestops and Pokegyms over there, as well as to catch some Pokemon that we need for their candies. For those who are familiar on Pokemon Go, if I ever get a chance to, I'll go ahead and do a whole video about me and Pokemon Go. But that's basically what we did, and then we went to the Popeyes to go eat. Like, we didn't really do too much special as far as normal stuff that you see about Valentine's Day and dates and stuff. But that's because I don't really care about all those things. I just like spending time with him. Yeah, I don't really have much to say on Valentine's Day. I just don't like that. I don't like it at all. And if I change my mind on it ever, then he will probably be the one to change it. But other than that, nah, I don't really like Valentine's Day. I know I say a lot, but it helps me get my thoughts together. But there was a hair stuck to my ring. Okay. You know what? Let's do my thoughts on the movie today, because I recently watched a movie. It's an old movie. Well, not too old, I don't think. Let me see. Yeah, this movie made it to, I think, DVD in 2009. It's got the copyright 2009 on it, so I'm guessing it must have made it to theaters sometime between 2008 and 2009. If it was ever in theaters, because I don't remember hearing about this movie. But this is the movie I watched. It's called Frozen. I played my fiance so hard. I was texting him, was like telling him I was about to go watch this movie. He was like, "Oh, what movie?" And I was like, "Oh, it's Frozen. This movie called Frozen." I asked him if he wanted to watch it with me, because even though he doesn't live with me and I don't live with him, but like we go ahead and go on Google Duo and be on there for like hours at a time. But I was like, "Do you want to watch it with me?" He paused for a moment as far as his text messages go, and was like, maybe in person. And that's when I was like, "Oh, but I don't want to watch a scary movie alone." Even though that's a lie. I can watch scary movies by myself, but I like doing stuff with him even when we're not actually together. But the movie started off okay. I mean, it was a simple thing. You have a couple, and one of the couple, the dude's best friend. You got the three of them going to a ski resort on the weekend. I think they were college students. And they talked the ski lift guy into like going up the mountain one more time, but when they were about to go ahead and close it down for the weekend, well, not weekend, they close it down for the week, because it was Sunday night and there was not going to be anybody back until like Friday, according to the movie. But sorry, I was slouching and I feel like I need to readjust the camera, but I don't want the light to be in the shot. Okay. Oh yeah, as y'all can see, I redid my hair, so it's still in the same style that I usually have it in, but it's just redone, so it's a little bit neater than last time. Unfortunately, I got these edges that are too long to, well, they're long, but they're not long enough to actually go into one of these. So there's that. But they basically got stuck on the ski lift, and honestly, I laughed through the movie, because after them getting stuck on a ski lift, it was just one stupid decision after another, in my opinion. But who knows? I don't think a situation like that would actually happen in real life, but if it does, I can't imagine myself in it. Why? Because I don't snowboard and I don't ski, so that can never be me unless I finally decide to go snowboarding and skiing, which maybe one day I will. I'll probably go to like Canada or something to do so. But yeah, first stupid decision was when the boyfriend, his name was Dan, I think. Dan? Does it say what their names were on the back of this thing? No, it doesn't. But Dan was the first character to try to go get them some help. Cause his girlfriend Parker, her name was Parker. She was starting to get frostbitten. And for anybody who knows what frostbite is, come on, phone. Okay. For anybody who knows what frostbite is, you know that's not good as far as the human body is concerned, especially seeing as though the human body is mostly made up of water. So he decided to go ahead and jump down. Now, mind you, they're 50 feet up in the air, so he was bound to either break something or bruise something, depending on how he landed. This dummy, and I called him Dummy Dan throughout the rest of the movie, this dummy jumped off and just left his legs straight like he was going to marine dive into some water. So as you can imagine, once he hit the ground, his legs broke. He broke his legs. Started bleeding out. His best friend, Lynch, I think his name was Lynch. That might have been his last name. His name might have been Joe, because Dan was calling him Joe. But his best friend Lynch was throwing down his little bandanas or whatever so he can tie them around his legs to try to stop the bleeding. But the smell of blood, I'm assuming, is what attracted the wolves to their location. So now they were fine. There were no wolves around them until Dummy Dan jumped, broke his legs, and started bleeding. The wolves tore him up. Like, you don't get to see the wolves tearing him up, but I could only imagine it's not a pretty sight. The second dumb thing, I feel like the second dumb thing was when Parker, she was told to not touch her face because she had a bad spot of, let me think, facing out, right, like on her cheekbone area. There was a part of her face that was really badly frostbitten. And without thinking, she started rubbing her face and had scratched at it with her mitten. Now, she had dropped one of her, it's not really, yeah, it is a mitten. She dropped one of her mittens or gloves, whichever one you want to call it, earlier in the movie when Dan had, either before or after Dan had gotten down to the ground. I don't know. So she had one hand, no, that was before. Okay, there was something else that happened that I thought was stupid before she had mindlessly scratched off part of her face. It was when she, after Dan had died, basically, or was killed by the wolves, she and Lynch got into it, basically, just saying words. She just kept crying and apologizing, because I guess, from how it seemed, she was about to say it should have been Lynch that had died instead of Dan. And it was almost like they were about to point the fingers at each other. But they ended up making up. Just like, okay, well, they made up. They're not enemies or whatever. But no, sometime after that, when they had fallen asleep, she had fallen asleep with her hand wrapped around the safety bar of the ski lift. Now, the safety bar is made out of metal. Your skin, and this was the other hand that was gloveless. So your skin is on metal, and the temperature is so freaking low that you're getting frostbite. Needless to say, her hand froze to the bar, so she had to rip that thing off. Lynch played Tarzan, I guess you can say, and was basically almost doing like what you would do on the monkey bars, but only holding on to like the little cord that would bring the ski lift chairs up and down the mountain. So he did that to try to get to the next ski lift chair, and then to go ahead and get to the pole where there was a ladder so he can get down and try to get them help, because he was like, we're not going to survive another night on the ski lift. Which of course Parker survived a whole nother night because Lynch never came back, and obviously I was already assuming that Lynch was dead, because I'm like, the rest of that day and then all night Lynch was gone and nobody had came for her. So I'm just like, he's got to be dead. The wolves probably got him, because the wolves were chasing after him when he finally got away, because they had came back when he started playing Tarzan. And well, most likely they got him, in my opinion. And you do find out later on in the movie that the wolves did get Lynch. Like, you see part of his mangled body, but you don't see all of it. And the wolves was like, when Parker escaped from the ski lift chair, because the ski lift chair was partially broken when Lynch left the chair. So the screw had finished falling out of the chair when Parker was finally like, you know what, I can't sit in this chair any longer by myself. So it had fallen, it had come out of whatever it was screwed into, and it had fallen some. But it like, what's the right way to describe it? It fell, but it was still like some type of metal cord holding it up. So it fell, but it didn't fall all the way to the ground. But the cord was starting to snap, so she had to let go. So she let go almost at the last second when it snapped, and she fell to the ground. She could have been completely fine if she had moved out of the way a bit quicker, because the ski lift chair fell and hit her on the ankle on one part. So one of the parts of the ski lift chair hit her in the ankle. So her ankle was messed up, so she couldn't exactly walk down the hill. So she basically penguin slid down the hill for the most part. Well, down the mountain. How to go from talking about Valentine's Day to a freaking movie? I should have talked about how my man got me some Girl Scout cookies. And I still have some. But I'm pretty sure they'll be gone soon. Because, yeah, Girl Scout cookies don't last long with me. I love me some Girl Scout cookies, and I wish I had some more. To try to finish summing up the movie, though, she didn't make it. She made it. But, like, when you see where Lynch's body is all mangled up, because it starts off with showing you, like, some blood in the snow, and then she looks over, and she sees it, and then you got a wolf growling in her face. And then you got other wolves popping up around Lynch's dead body, and they start yipping or whatever. And that gets the other wolf to go ahead and leave her alone, and they go feast on Lynch's body. And I'm just like, if his body was not already, if they hadn't already ate Dan, and they had caught Lynch instead, she'd be dead. But no, she made it. She made it to the bottom of the hill. A car sped past when she got down to the bottom of the mountain or whatever, to the nearest road by the mountain. And then another car was coming, and it almost hit her. But they managed to, like, avoid hitting her and stop and get her and basically rescue her. So out of the three of them, only one survived, and it happens to be the female character. Congratulations, Parker. You get to go home to your puppy. While your boyfriend, who you said you felt was the one for you, is dead, and his best friend died trying to also save you. All because you started getting frostbitten, too. Like, that's the main reason why Dan even jumped in the first place. But I still think he could have made it if he hadn't jumped so stupidly. Like, if he hadn't jumped so stupidly, he could have made it. But I guess this is just a random video about my thoughts on things, because the Valentine's Day portion of this was really short. If I had probably filmed this on Valentine's Day, it probably would have been longer. But I was babysitting, which I do pretty often. I might film a video tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday, and I think I might edit this video and put it out tomorrow, and then film another video tomorrow, because I got all my Starbucks cups together. I had just needed to make sure I had all my straws together, which I do now. And then I just got a new Starbucks cup, which you should have seen in previous Instagram posts. When I got the... It wasn't the... Was it? I think it was the cinnamon shortbread latte. I'd have to go back on my Starbucks app to go ahead and look that up. But yeah, I'm not gonna make this video that long. It's like 20 minutes already, so it's long enough. And I've talked about my feelings about Valentine's Day instead of really my thoughts. I think it's a really useless holiday, because a lot of people just use that. Companies use that to commercialize things. It's used as another way to go ahead and bully kids in school. And then you got all these other people who's just making it a reason to, like, get engaged, get married, and go on these extravagant dates. And I'm just like, this is something you can do on any other day, in my opinion. Like, why not just take, like, a little Saturday to go out and do that extravagant date? Why does it have to be on Valentine's Day? Why does there have to be one day out of the year, and that's not including anniversaries? Why does it have to be one specific day out of the year where you show all this love? When you should be showing all this love to your significant other all the time. Honestly, I like my relationship how it is, because we talk, we have everything out there in the open. We try to do our best for each other as far as getting each other what we need, and maybe a little bit something extra. Because I have to say, I am spoiled by my babe. And he knows it and I know it. I try not to be spoiled. I don't really ask for much. But he does so much for me, and I really appreciate him. Also, I might do a video on all the different stuffed animals I have in my room. Because, like, I just got 2 new stuffed animals. A giant unicorn and a panda corn. And I haven't even shown y'all this unicorn that I got for Christmas. That actually is 2 things in one. It's like a little warmer thing. Let me see. I have it right here. Because it sits on top of my book. It's the book. It's Lily's book, How to Be a Boss. No promo here. No, I'm not being paid to promote this, but it's what I like. It is an aroma home, a fantasy hottie. It's a fantasy hottie. So basically there's this little pouch thing inside of it. You take it out of the butt. You take it out of its butt. And you put it in the microwave, and you microwave it for a moment. It has the instructions on how to heat it up, depending on the wattage from your microwave. And then it's basically like a little stuffed animal. It's lavender scented, and you can like hug it if you need something warm. So yeah, I love it. I love stuffed animals in general. So I may do a video on my stuffed animals. But I know tomorrow for sure, if I'm going to film a video tomorrow, it's going to be about my Starbucks cups. I'm sorry I keep looking like I'm looking over to the left. Well, my left. But I keep looking at the screen to make sure the lighting is right. Which of course it's not. Which is why I should have never moved that lamp. I moved my lamp. I moved my room around a bunch of times since originally moving in. But I shouldn't have moved the tall lamp. Because right now I'm using the ceiling lamp, and that's bright, but it's not bright where I need it to be. I need it to be bright in front of me, not like all up in my face. But So I might just move that lamp back over to this corner right here, and then just move the key blade somewhere else and move my umbrella back into the closet. And it's a metal key blade, so babe gave it to me. But yeah, so no more filming videos at night until I move that lamp over here, because I got a lamp over there, because once I turn this off, that's going to be my main lamp, my little main squeeze lamp. It's a little lamp. Let me see. No, where is it? My little lamp over there. Don't talk about my little junkie. You might as well call it a nightstand, because that's what I mostly use it for, although it has my books in there and my writing. I've rambled too much. This video is way too long. So I guess that'll be it. Let me stop rambling and stop talking about possible ideas and stuff that I'll do tomorrow. I'm gonna go chill now and eat some dinner and maybe some rainbow sherbet. But this has been Alice Webster's Thought Corner, and leave your comments down below on what you think I should do a video on now, what I should give my unnecessary opinion about. Let me know what y'all want to see. You know, I might change this channel up a little bit, since I have ideas for things to go ahead and just really talk about my thoughts on. But at the same time, I've also had ideas for like maybe challenge videos or just any other videos that aren't really related to my thoughts, but they're going to involve me like talking about things that I'm thinking about. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Peace.